Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to our daily Hindu editorial analysis. You are with Alpa Sharma on India's largest online education platform, that is Gradeup. Sahi prep hai to life set hai. How are you guys today? Good afternoon. So many questions. I'm going to answer all of these. Good afternoon. Okay. So, सबसे पहले अभिनव का question. Abhinav, it's a good score. It's a good score. Yes. So you don't have to worry. Just keep patience, keep giving marks. That is all. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Okay. Now let's see what's going to be our agenda of the day. Is the class timing going to be this? Is it going to change? I'm going to address that later on. I'll wait for some more people to join in and then I'm going to address this thing. Okay. Timings, I'm going to address this. Stay put with me. Okay. Now, what's going to be our agenda of the day? Our agenda of the day is that today is 9th of August. But of course, since I take an article from yesterday's newspaper, yesterday was Sunday, and no editorial is there in the Sunday's newspaper. So I'm going to take an editorial from this Saturday's newspaper. I've taken two articles. One is from the Hindu, the other is from the Indian Express. I'm going to take these two articles and we're going to discuss these two today from Saturday's newspaper. Now, tomorrow, whenever I have a class with you, whatever time that is, I'm going to disclose that. Whatever time that is, tomorrow I'm going to take today's editorial. So make sure you read them. So this news that I'm going to discuss today might sound a little old because I'm sure you've been reading the newspaper regularly, but then Sunday's new articles come on editorial. So that is why Saturday's newspaper. And what are we going to do in the class? For everyone who's new, we are going to take one quote of the day that you will provide me with. And then after, just a minute. Yeah. So after that, okay. After that, what are we going to do? We're going to revise three questions from the last class we had. The last class you had with me was on Friday. So I'm going to revise three questions from Friday's class through one word substitution question, three vocabulary questions. Then we'll take up two articles, do a complete detailed discussion on them, take out the entire vocabulary, phrasal verbs, idioms. Today we have a lot of idioms and phrasal verbs. We're going to discuss them and try to memorize them. And tomorrow we're going to revise these. And in the end, you're going to tell me the tone of the author plus the summary of both the articles that we have discussed in detail. You have to write down the summary in not more than one line. Make sure it is concise, it is precise, but it is apt. It covers up everything that we have discussed in one line. And where do you write the summary? You write the summary not in the chat box, but you write the summary under my video in the comment section after the class ends. So this is going to be our agenda of the day. All right. सो वॉल्यूम बढ़ा दूं मैं वॉल्यूम आपको बढ़ाना पड़ेगा बेटा वॉल्यूम लो लग रहा है किसी को मैथमेटिक्स सोल्यूशन आई थिंक आपको इंक्रीज करने का नीड है वॉल्यूम ओके so finally the cat is out of the bag. My video team has disclosed it. Today it is at 2 p.m. From tomorrow onwards our class is going to be at the regular timing 10 a.m. and the timings wouldn't change. The timing wouldn't change at all. It's going to be at 10 a.m. sharp. So this is it. So the timing is going to remain 10 a.m. only. It will not change at all because we tried doing that morning 7 a.m. We took a lot of poll. A lot of people said 10 a.m. was fine. A lot of people said evenings were fine because we couldn't come to a consensus. The timings are going to remain the same. It's going to be at 10 a.m. All right. Okay. All right. Now you tell me, no, it's going to be 10. End of the discussion. Now you tell me the quote of the day, but by the time you come to the quote of the day, let's quickly have a look at this. So I have already told you about the fact that we started two new batches for CLAT 2022. And these batches will have, they're going to go on for approximately 10 months, 9 to 10 months. And we'll have a lot of classes in it, doubt classes, a lot of PDFs coming in it, mock tests coming in it, and thousands of practice questions are going to be a part of this batch. Now, this batch, please make sure you note the contact number of our counselors. These are the contact number of our counselors if you wish to enroll yourself for the batch. Now, these batches are going to be in two modes of communication. One is going to be in English, the other is going to be a bilingual batch. So, bilingual is going to be partially Hindi and partially English. And you could choose whatever batch you are the most comfortable with. Just a minute, guys. Give me 1 minute. Give me 1 minute, please. Please give me 1 minute. All right. Yeah. So you could choose whatever batch you are the most comfortable with. And I'm sure you know all of our faculties, the alumni or from the national law schools that are teaching here. You could choose whatever batch you are going to be the most comfortable with. Now let's look at the quote of the day given by you. Okay. Okay. Do one thing every day that scares you. Nandini, the list wouldn't be really long. And gradually, when you start doing things that scare you, you might get into wrong things. I don't think you should be doing one thing that scares you. But yes, if I talk about studies, do one kind of topic that scares you. In GK, maybe, or in mathematics, maybe. So that's going to be a good thing. Devanshu says education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. That is also a good thing. But any motivational quote, anyone? हेमंत आप इतने डेडली कोट्स लेके आते हो बेटा okay it is not enough that we do our best. Sometimes we must do what is required. That is also true. What is necessary, what is needed. So it is needed. I think what is best for me is that I go and have a nap and I take rest. But what is needed is that I take a class at 2 p.m. So what is needed is to be done. Exactly, that's another good thing that we've discussed. Correct. And we prepare for the best, but we are also ready for the worst. So yes, any kind of paper may come, we have to be prepared for any kind of a thing. Grammar is also needed, vocabulary is also needed. Yes, good. Very good. And the last one is from Shreya that says, push yourself because no one else is going to for you. Very good, Shreya. Very good. आपके लिए कोई ग्रामर नहीं पड़ेगा, आपके लिए कोई जीके नहीं पड़ेगा, आपके लिए कोई एडिटोरियल नहीं पड़ेगा. You have to do it on your own for yourself. No one else is going to do it for you. You have to make your own schedule. You have to achieve that on your own. Right? Okay. So, uh, this is it now. Let's move on with gold aa gaya Nandini. Finally, the Hindu editorial article was proved correct. Yes, correct. एक gold आ गया. उसके बारे में भी कल डिस्कस करेंगे थोड़ा सा. आज एक बार रिवीजन करते हैं. Tell me one word for this phrase. Causing or affected by anxiety or stress. Is it fraught? Is it exacerbate? Is it scabbard? Or is it statesman? What is it? All the words were done in the Friday's class. So, what is it? What is the answer? No, Hemant, I actually agree with this. Yeah, I think this is a very, very proud moment. And with the fact that Neeraj Chopra had been winning gold every time he's participating anywhere with his first attempt, it's brilliant what he has done. A, B? The answer is A. Absolutely A. The answer is A. It is fraught. If you're too anxious, if you're too much in stress, that feeling is fraught. We're going to do one more word for this. Similar definition in today's class. Exacerbate is to make anything very severe, is to exacerbate it. And then we have scabbard. Scabbard is the covering of, जैसे तलवार की जो covering होती है, leather की या cloth की बनती है जो, the covering of a sword, that is scabbard. Statesman is a wise politician who knows what is right, what is wrong. He acts appropriately. That kind of a politician is called a statesman. The next one, an accusation in response to one from someone else. Is it culminate? Is it recrimination? Is it concerted? Or is it cohesion? What is the answer? Who's going to tell me? Exactly. Correct, Shreya. Very good. Very good. What is the answer here? Who's going to tell me? Anyone? Culminate, recrimination, concerted, or cohesion? Ah, you don't remember these. I have multiple answers. Others, what do you think the answer is? The answer is certainly B. It is recrimination. Correct. Correct. Recrimination is the answer. This is it. Recrimination is when you accuse somebody in response to the accuse that they have given you, they have accused you. The answer is recrimination. Culminate. What is culminate? Who's going to tell me by the time culminate comes? Concerted is doing something in coordination. Okay. Cohesion is also unity. What is culminate? Who's going to tell me that? By the time we have an answer for this, let's quickly move on to the next question. Yes, it is apex. Correct, Tanya. It is. Absolutely. It's the climax. Correct. Absolutely correct. Next one. Correct, Sakshi. They always do it. They usually do it. Then the third one is the fact or process of ending or being brought to an end. Is it aus, influx, cessation, or clout? What is it? Reach a climax or a peak is culminate. Absolutely correct. मैम अब से यही टाइमिंग होगा क्या? नो सृष्टि, 10 AM फिक्स 10 AM. सिर्फ आज का ही टाइमिंग चेंज हुआ. Now answer. Pallavi says C. So does Mehek. Yes, it is. It is causation. Correct. Absolutely. The answer is C. Oust is to expel, to throw out, reject. Influx is the movement of a large number of people into some area, like Rohingyas ka influx tha. Then we have clout, its influence. This is the answer for these words. All right, now let's move to today's vocabulary. We don't have a lot of words, but we have good words and we have a lot of idioms. So 10 AM to 10:45 usually. Usually 10:45, 10:50 tak hota hai. Yeah. Now moving on to the vocabulary from today's editorial. The first one is splendid. Splendor bike. नाम सुना है? Why was it called Splendor? बहुत सारी cars के names, बहुत सारी bikes के name. They have some relationship. So if I have charisma was a bike. Charisma में Z लगता था, but actually spelling में Z नहीं था. Charismatic वो चीज होती है जो बहुत ही enchanting होती है, and you really are enthralled by it. That is charismatic. वैसे ही splendor का जो नाम था बाइक का, वो splendid से आप निकला था actually. So splendid is very magnificent, बहुत attractive or catchy or impressive. That is splendid. A splendid moment when Neeraj won the gold for us. So that is splendid. Then we have steer. Steering wheel जो होता है, उससे आप याद करो steer. Steering wheel का क्या काम होता है? It helps you move the car in any direction. You can control it. So steer is to control anything. Okay. Now there is another idiom that comes out of it. What is steer clean? If I steer clean something, what is it? They came out steer clean. What does steer clean mean? Can anyone guess it? Mitigate का मतलब वापसी creation, किसी चीज की reduce करना किसी भी चीज की efficiency को या effectiveness को is mitigate. Okay. Exactly, Shreya. The opposite is exodus. Yes, you can call it heavy as well, Nitya. Correct. Okay. Now steer clean. Anyone? By the time steer clean comes, let's look at the other word. Akin to is similar to. Okay, so these classes are akin to reading a newspaper. They're similar to reading a newspaper. Okay, so if there's a similarity that you draw, that's akin to. To keep away from. Yes, Shreya, you're right. Correct. That is to steer clean. Then we have cliche. Cliche is a very commonly used word. Most of you will know this. Cliche is घिसा-पिटा. Very old, overused is cliche. So, if your parents come and tell you पढ़ाई कर लो, आप उनको बोल सकते हो ये कैसा cliched statement है. इसका मतलब मुझे पता है ये चीज, नया कुछ बताओ मुझे. That is cliche. Using an overused statement is a cliche. Smoking is injurious to health. It is a cliche. It's an overused statement. Possibly we need to use some other technology, methodology to make a smoker quit smoking. If I call him, it is injurious to health. You'll say it is cliched. Tell me something that I don't know about. Oh Lord. 1 minute, please. Oh, this power. Oh, yes, it's back. Now, the next one. Lure. Lure. Just a minute. Yes. Lure is आप जब किसी को टेम्प्ट करते हो, आप एक बच्चे को टॉफी देते हो, चलो मेरे साथ, मैं तुम्हें कहीं कुछ दिखा के लाती हूँ. That is you are trying to lure the child. So जब आप किसी को टेम्प्ट करते हो कोई बेनिफिट दिखा के, that is luring. Okay. Yes, Indian TV serials are absolute cliche, Abhinav. Very good example. Abhinav, I really like the examples that you use. You are very creative with them. Thank you. Then we have melded. Okay, जब आप किसी भी चीज को combine करते हो, mix करते हो, that is being melded. So Australia's winemakers have melded modern science and traditional art. They have mixed, they have combined it efficiently. That is coordinated, बोल सकते हो, that is melded. Okay. Then we have akin का मतलब फिर से बताऊं आपको. Akin is similar बेटा. आकांक्षा, किसी भी चीज को similar बनाना, that is akin. Dabur was lured by the wealth of India. Sorry, Babur. Oh Lord. Yes, Babur was. I read it like Dabur. No, Babur certainly was lured by the wealth of India. The next one. I hope you've taken a screenshot of this. All right, let's move on to the next one. Next one is here. Miss by a whisker. बहुत slight mark से miss कर देना, बहुत small amount से miss कर देना is miss by a whisker. It's an idiom. Last time she raced against the Brazilian, she won by a whisker. बहुत slight margin से या तो miss करते हो या जीतते हो, but बहुत कम quantity होती है किसी चीज की. That is a whisker. Okay. Then we have ल्योर का मीनिंग फिर से ल्योर होता है जब आप किसी को कुछ लालच दिखा के आप किसी से कुछ काम करवा लेते हो या किसी को एंटाइस कर लेते हो आपके लिए कोई काम करने के लिए. दैट इज ल्योरिंग. जैसे बच्चे को हम कोई टॉफी देते हैं एंड वी से चलो प्लीज मेरे लिए एक गिलास पानी ला दो, या हम अपने सिबलिंग्स को बोलते हैं कि मैं टीवी का रिमोट तब दूंगी जब एक गिलास पानी ला के दोगे. दैट इज ल्योरिंग हिम इनटू डूइंग समथिंग फॉर यू. ओके. द नेक्स्ट वन इज okay, riveting. Riveting is it forces you to do something. You are not able to come out of it. It's so compelling. Compelling का मतलब बहुत ही आपके मन से आप need आती है that I have to do this. It's so compelling. That is riveting. The book is a riveting account of the legendary freedom fighter. That means it is very engrossing. You just cannot leave the book. It's so interesting. That is it. Now, I've repeated Lyor beta. I've repeated Lyor twice. Okay. Now, how many of you stay in Delhi or NCR? You could send me some details here. I'm going to tell something very interesting for you. Most of you will know that, but I'll share this with a lot of you. Or if there's anybody who is about to go to Delhi in the near future, there is something I have to discuss with you. I have to tell you. By the time that answer comes, let's see the meaning of the next word. Reclusive. We have done this word in our previous classes. Reclusive is जो introvert होता है, shy होता है, who doesn't mix with people, who stays solitary. That is reclusive. He had a reclusive life. That means he did not socialize. Not socializing is reclusive. Okay? That is it. So many of you. Very good. Chalo. Answer आ गया Delhi का. So I had the chance of visiting the Daryaganj market yesterday, the Daryaganj book market. And this might look like not a very good suggestion because it is COVID these days, but then the Daryaganj book market was completely empty. Only booksellers and no crowd. And you could easily find the books that we recommend like Arihant or Lucent or Universal or GMAT Guide or LSAT Guide. You could easily find good good condition copies in the market. So if and it's only held on Sunday, you can reach morning at 8 a.m. No rush, absolutely no crowd. Make sure you're double masked, stay safe, go, and you can easily buy those books. For all those people who are targeting 22 and 23, You have tons of novels. All the novels that you I've suggested in my classes, if you are a part of my classes, all the books are available on dirt cheap rates. 100 bucks, 150 bucks. Go to the Daraganj market and buy those books. But stay safe, okay? And don't tell your parents कि मामा मैं तो इसलिए जाऊंगा because मेरी मैम ने कहा है. Don't blame me, okay? So anyone who is about to go to Delhi as well, visit the market, buy the books. Very good market, not at all crowded. Do not worry about that. All right. So now let's move on to the next one. I have shared them in the class, beta. Class ka please एक बार देख लेना and please use sanitizer. Just leave the books aside for a week. Don't touch them, and then you could read the books. All right, just stay safe, okay? Now the next one. Have in a tizzy. Have in a tizzy is exactly the word that we discussed. You are overwhelmed with emotions. You're nervous, you're excited, you're anxious, all of these emotions coming to you. That is having in a tizzy. He was in a right tizzy, muttering and sweating. He was anxious, he was worried. That is to have in a tizzy. Yes. Yes, Shreya, it's a very good market. I got like 10 kgs of books. So I had to. Okay, so KAS, all those people who've been a part of my batches, who are there in my batches, when the class I have, when I discuss where and how and what to read, you can watch the list of the books in that class. But for all those people who are not in my batches, I'll possibly take another session on what books that you can read. All right, so I'll come live this week, possibly some day when I have time, and I'll discuss the list of the books. Fair enough. Now let's move on to the next one. Snark is the next word. Snark is an imaginary animal, not a real one, but an imaginary one, which represents a एक ऐसा animal जिसको आप tame नहीं कर सकते हो. So snark is usually used for a task that is unachievable, a very difficult task. Abhi right now, vaccinating our whole population looks like a snark. Pinning down the middle classes is like hunting of the snark. Hunting of the snark मतलब एक ऐसा task जो कि unachievable हो गया है. That is snark. All right. Now the next one is anoint. एक article आज हम discuss करेंगे from Indian Express, and it has this word used multiple times. Anointing is किसी को आप appoint करते हैं. जब आप किसी को अपना सक्सेसर अपॉइंट करते हैं या अपनी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज उसमें दे देते हैं या आप किसी को अपनी जगह खड़ा करने के लिए मान लेते हैं, दैट इज अनॉइंट. यूजुअली अनॉइंटिंग इज अ होल रिलीजियस प्रोसेस जिसमें ऑयल रब करके एंड देन आपको एक सक्सेसर की तरह क्रिएट किया जाता है. बट अदरवाइज ऑल्सो अनॉइंट इज टू अपॉइंट समवन, यूजुअली लाइक अ सक्सेसर. या फिर मैं इलेक्शंस में से हट रही हूँ तो मैं मेरे बच्चों को, my son, my daughter, I'm going to anoint them as my, just for example, Rahul Gandhi was anointed the president of the Indian National Congress after his mother moved away from the position. So that is anoint. I hope you get all of these. Pinning down का मतलब बेटा दबाना किसी को नीचे. Okay, that is pinning down. All right, like unicorn, yes, that is also an imaginary creature, animal, but that's, and like Pegasus. Pegasus is also an imaginary one, but सबके अलग-अलग meaning. I hope you know Pegasus and unicorn and snark, how are they different? All right. Now all the words are done. Please take a screenshot of it quickly, and then we're going to start discussing the words from the articles. Yes, like Lalu Prasad Yadav also did. Okay, now I'm going to start explaining the articles, and of course, I'll not be able to look into your chats. So make sure you don't send any messages to me. I'll not be able to look into that. Okay, Bhubaneswar became the first city to be fully vaccinated population. Yes, but my city is far off. My second vaccination is still due. So let's see what happens. Now, this article is from the Hindu. So we have a hockey victory. The Indian women's hockey team and the men's hockey team, both of them did brilliantly well. After years and years of wait, we finally have some award, and the women's hockey team also did a very good job. So this whole scenario was like a chunk day moment for us. And this article talks about that, but we have to see if it's appreciative or if it finds out some flaws in it. So a splendid fortnight. This line is very nicely written. Let's understand it in detail. A splendid fortnight in Tokyo has steered Indian hockey back to the limelight, tinged with an Olympic halo. अब ओलंपिक का साइन कैसा होता है? देखो ऐसा होता है, राइट? दिस इज द ओलंपिक साइन. ये जो सर्कल है इसको ना हेलो बनाया है इसमें. हेलो क्या होता है? हेलो इज, आपने जब भगवान की पिक्चर्स देखी होंगी, आपने साईं बाबा की पिक्चर्स देखी होंगी, आपने जीसस क्राइस्ट की पिक्चर देखी होंगी, आपने हेड के पीछे एक लाइट का रिंग देखा था. दैट लाइट्स रिंग इज अ हेलो. So that is, this halo is related to the sign of the Olympics here. And इस साइन से मुझे याद आया आज का कैरिकेचर भी ब्रिलियंट है. लेट्स सी हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू अंडरस्टैंड द कैरिकेचर. 3-4 things hidden into one caricature. Let's see how many of you are able to comprehend it later in the end of the class. So it says, finally जो हेलो खत्म हो गया था इंडियन हॉकी का, we have brought it back. It came back into the limelight and tinges a slight color of the Olympics halo. Before this, for years, the sport much akin to the West Indies in cricket had only the good old days cliche to fall back upon. हमें कहते थे हॉकी अच्छा गेम है, धनराज पिल्ले ने बहुत अच्छा खेला था, ध्यानचंद ने बहुत अच्छा खेला था, मोहम्मद शाहिद ने बहुत अच्छा खेला था. हम एक बहुत ही क्लीशेड स्टेटमेंट यूज कर रहे थे, बट अब वो चीज रिवाइव हो गई. इट हैज बिकम अ फ्रेश थिंग टू टॉक अबाउट फॉर ऑल ऑफ अस. Champions of the distant past but plagued by middling results was the standard template. इतने सालों से 41 ईयर से क्या होता था, चैंपियंस थे लेकिन वो खत्म हो चुका था. अब जो प्लेयर्स थे वो खेलते थे बट बहुत अच्छा नहीं खेलते थे. दे वर नेवर एबल टू विन अ लॉट. There was the old flicker and the nostalgically inclined with their fond remembrance of the legends like Dhyanchand, Mohammad Shahid and Dhanraj Pillai would hope for a sunrise. So ये जैसे एक लाइट है, कैंडल आपने लाइट किया, अगर फ्लिकर होने लग गई मतलब वो कभी भी बुझ सकती है, राइट? तो वैसे ही जो हेलो था हमारे हॉकी का, जो धनराज पिल्लई, ध्यानचंद, मोहम्मद शाहिद जैसे लोगों ने क्रिएट किया था, वो फ्लिकर होने लग गया था. बट उसको वापस से इग्नाइट किया इस साल हमारी इंडियन हॉकी टीम ने. इट ऑफन प्रूव्ड टू बी अ मिराज वाइल क्रिकेट. मिराज क्या था? मिराज, इफ यू रिमेंबर, व्हेन यू वॉकिंग इन अ डेजर्ट, आप रोड पे चल रहे थे, आपको पानी दिखेगा आगे, बट वो एक्चुअली, सॉरी, I'm mixing it. So, but it's not real. So that is a mirage. You are unable to actually find it. While cricket लोगों के लिए ऐसा था, football, tennis and Formula One lured the fans. लोग हमेशा से interested ज़्यादा किसमें थे? Cricket, football, tennis, Formula One. But hockey was never something very compelling for all of them. So that India had to wait for 41 years for its next Olympic hockey medal tells a long tale of diminishing hope. धीरे धीरे हमारी hope कम होती गई, but it has revived, it has reignited. Thankfully, an upward graph has been finally edged due to the grit and the skill set of Manpreet Singh's men. So that's our captain and his men, his boys. They were determined. They were working very, very hard, and they gave a very, very good fight. Who, despite an early 1-7 loss to Australia, held their own and winged onto the semi-finals, where they ran into eventual champions Belgium. तो semi-final में Belgium के साथ खेला. Belgium obviously became the champion, but पहले उनका start जो था, it was really poor, but it became better with time. The soul numbing defeat. Soul numbing क्यों है? इसका मतलब soul numbing इसलिए because जो defeat था 1-7 का उनका, it was shattering to us. हमको ये लग रहा था कि इस साल भी कुछ नहीं होने वाला, जैसे 41 years से कुछ नहीं हुआ है. So it was a soul numbing defeat and was quickly cast aside by the India prospered to rest with a bronze in 5-7 triumph against the Germany during the Thursday's third place playoff. So of course Belgium के साथ जो उनका जो लॉस था, इट वाज सोल नंबिंग फॉर अस, बट हमने रिवाइव किया. Mentored by our coach Graham Reed, India had turned a corner and hockey was the flavor of the season. बहुत सारे हमने मैचेस देखे and we were really happy with a lot of performance like PV Sindhu, Lovely Nambora Gahai. We were happy with all of these people. But flavor of the season क्या था? Flavor of the season was hockey, women's and men's both. The ancient game which melded magical wrist. देखो बहुत ब्यूटीफुल लाइन लिखी हुई है. ये वो गेम है जिसको एंशियंट बोला ऑथर ने. उसने किन किन चीजों को मिक्स किया है? Magical wrist, because you have to be very good with your wrist if you want to play good hockey. Sprinting feet, you have to run fast. Sprint is a quick run. Sticks and a speeding ball has seemingly reclaimed its Indian heart. इंडिया के लिए हॉकी हमेशा से बहुत अच्छा गेम रहा है, वी बीन गुड एट दैट, बट 41 ईयर से अगेन जो चीज खराब हो रही थी, वी हैव रिवाइव्ड इट. If men as diverse as Manpreet and the goalkeeper PR Srijesh showed that India was at home in modern hockey, their female counterparts showed they are equal to the very best. So yes, we are here appreciative a lot about the men's hockey team, but the women's hockey team did no less, absolutely no less. They did not win anything. They were at the fourth position, but the fight they gave, nobody even thought about them. They did a very good job. Rani Rampal's unit, the captain again, had a dream run, but a bronze was missed by a whisker. बहुत कम margin से उन्होंने miss किया था. So their fight is still considered an excellent one. It is one of the greatest fourth place results in Indian sporting history ever. ऐसा fourth place tough fight आज तक नहीं दिया. At par, where Milkha Singh and PT Usha finished there in their respective 404-meter hurdles finals during the 1960 Rome and 1984 Los Angeles Games. So जैसा Milkha Singh और PT Usha ने हम लोगों को proud बनाया था और हमारे लिए मेडल्स लेके आए थे, वैसा ही मेडल ना लाके भी Indian women's team for hockey has done this for us. If the men revived an old romance with hockey, men here means the men's hockey team. The author here says again a beautiful line. He says they have revived our romance. We were so happy with Dhyanchand and Dhanraj Pillai and everyone else playing. And हमारा जो romance था with hockey, it has been reignited again. The women stole hearts with a riveting performance. So देखो romance and stealing hearts. Romance तो reignite किया men's hockey ने, but who won the heart? The heart was won by the women's hockey team. A semi-final berth followed by a 3-4 loss. So close to the Great Britain during Friday's third place playoff led the nation with a lump in its throat. Lump in its throat is when you feel really sad and you want to cry, but there's a lump in your throat. You're very uh, you're about to cry. That is a lump in your throat. So ये जो बहुत marginal win थी, this left a lump in our throat as the women gave it their all on the ground. They gave their best, all they could. They got in every effort they could, but with a slight whisker, they couldn't win it. Rani, the goalkeeper, Savita Punia, Salima Tete, and the other stars showed that India has its heroes on either side of the gender divide. Sirf boys hero nahi hai, either side of the gender divide, males or females, either side we have heroes. To battle past stereotypes, misogyny, poverty, casteist boundaries demands a bigger heart. And even if the women haven't won the medal, they still are considered equivalent to a bronze medal won. Why? Because these women are fighting multiple things. They're fighting stereotype. Stereotype क्या है? सिर्फ मेल हॉकी खेल सकते हैं, सिर्फ मेल क्रिकेट खेल सकते हैं, ये stereotype है. ठीक है? Misogyny is hatred for या फिर women को worthy consider नहीं करना. They were poor. Some had casteist remarks कि ये कौन से caste है, ये कैसे खेलेगी. They just surpassed all the boundaries, and the kind of performance they gave, it was brilliant. The women's hockey team had it in abundance, and all of these, ये सब बहुत देखा था women's hockey team ने, they had it in abundance, and the credit is also due to coach Parijne, who ended his tenure on a high. So it was his last. He had retired, and his tenure ended on a very high note. The effort put by the SAI, of course, there are other people also who need to be thanked here, apart from the coach. Who are they? The SAI and the sponsorship from the Odisha government played a big part too, because if no sponsorship, women will not be able to do it. Indian hockey has found its feet, and this is a redemption song of the finest kind. A redemption song का मतलब क्या हुआ? कोई बात नहीं, पास में क्या हुआ, 40 साल, 41 years कुछ हो गया, it's okay. It's a redemption that we're doing. We have made up more than what was lost. So it's a beautiful piece of writing, and already so many tones coming here. Absolutely laudatory, praiseworthy, encouraging, appreciating, satisfied, sanguine, correct. Jitne positive tones hai, all of these are correct. All are correct. Yes. appreciative, praiseworthy, ebullience, yes, सब करेक्ट है, बिल्कुल करेक्ट है, एकदम क्रिटिकल नहीं है, 1% क्रिटिकल नहीं है यहाँ. Okay, all the positive tones. Now let's move on to the next article. I hope you get the tone. इसका summary लिख देना one line में under my video after the class ends. Now let's move to the second article. That's from the Indian Express. It's a very funny article. I love Indian Express's writer. There is one specific writer, I don't know his name, who writes these articles, but he writes super funny articles. देखो हुआ क्या Twitter के बारे में, but एक बड़ा funny incident हुआ. Let's see what happened. So, but before that, if you're targeting CLAT 2023, we have a batch for you, and it has thousands of classes, hundreds of classes, thousands of tests, mock tests, doubt classes, PDFs. If you are targeting 23, go no further. This is it. Please speak to our counselors to know more about the batch, and you can enroll yourself at the earliest because the batch has already started. Now, McCarthy अनवेरीफाइड. अनवेरीफाइड क्या है? जो ब्लू टिक आता है, डबल टिक आता है कि ये वेरीफाइड अकाउंट है, डबल टिक नहीं सिंगल टिक, ये वेरीफाइड अकाउंट है. ट्विटर पे या इंस्टाग्राम पे आपको वेरीफाइड अकाउंट के लिए टिक दिखता है. सो मैककार्थी इज अ राइटर एन 80 प्लस एन ऑक्टोजेनेरियन. इन राइटर के साथ भी ऐसा ही कुछ हुआ. लेट्स सी वेरीफाइड है अनवेरीफाइड है, व्हाट हैपेंड. On social media, there is no guarantee that the people are who they claim to be. तो मैं क्लेम करती हूँ कि मैं ऐश्वर्या राय हूँ, एंड मैंने एक फेक अकाउंट बना लिया, डज नॉट मीन मैं ऐश्वर्या राय बन गई. सो इफ you claiming something that does, और आपने क्लेम कर लिया कि आप अल्पा मैम हो, that is also not true. So it is no guarantee that what you are claiming is actually who you are. When it comes to social media, no one, absolutely no one, including those handing out verified badges, can tell you real from fake. So जो लोग वेरीफाइड बैजेस दे रहे हैं ना, वो भी नहीं बता सकते कि ये रियल अकाउंट है या फेक अकाउंट है. ऐसा ही एक फनी स्टोरी हुआ था. लेट्स सी व्हाट हैपेंड. सो व्हाई वुड अ फेमसली रिक्लूसिव राइटर, एक राइटर मैककार्थी, रिक्लूसिव, सब जानते हैं कि वो बहुत मिक्स नहीं होते, वो सोशलाइज नहीं होते हैं. ही वाज अ रिक्लूसिव राइटर, would break the habit of a lifetime to suddenly pop up on a social media and talk about kombucha. उन्होंने ऐसे सडनली हुआ कि एक रिक्लूसिव राइटर का एक अकाउंट बन गया, एंड ही स्टार्टेड टॉकिंग अबाउट, ही इज अ राइटर, ही स्टार्ट्स टॉकिंग अबाउट कॉम्बुशा. कॉम्बुशा इज अ ड्रिंक, फर्मेंटेड ड्रिंक होती है, लीफ ब्लोअर्स एंड टीवी सीरीज की बात कर रहे हैं, ड्रिंक्स की बात कर रहे हैं. व्हाई वुड यू डू इट? 80 years तक जो रिक्लूसिव रहे हैं, व्हाई वुड ही कम ऑन ट्विटर एंड स्टार्ट टॉकिंग अबाउट दीज थिंग्स? अमेरिकन नॉवेलिस्ट मैककार्थी had literally Twitter users in a tizzy this week. So ये पूरा वीक जो लास्ट वीक गया, a very funny incident happened. He started posting a lot, multiple things, when he alleged that he was on this internal website only at the behest of his publicist because engagement is down. So basically he said, मैं इस वेबसाइट पे हूँ इसलिए हूँ क्योंकि वहां लोग कमा रहे हैं, एंगेजमेंट कम हो रहा है, एंड समथिंग हु केयर्स, आर यू हैप्पी नाउ टेरी, ऐसा उन्होंने एक ट्वीट डाला. ठीक है, ये ट्वीट डाला उन्होंने, एंड इसमें देखो कोई पंक्चुएशन मार्क नहीं है. जस्ट लाइक इन हिज बुक्स, एवरीवन लाफ्ड एट द स्नार्क. स्टीफन किंग ने भी रिप्लाई करा उनके ट्वीट पे, आई डोंट नो इफ टेरी इज, बट आई एम. So I am happy, certainly, because you are on social media, you are on Twitter, and you're commenting. So Terry is happy or not, we don't know this, but मैं बहुत खुश हूँ आपके आने से. So imagine Stephen King ने ट्वीट कर दिया उनके ट्वीट के ऊपर, the Twitter rushed to anoint the legend with the only recognition that seems to matter these days, the blue verification badge. And उनको blue verification badge मिल गया. ठीक है कि ये verified account है, मैककार्थी का ही account है. आगे देखो हुआ क्या. So, as it turns out, this was not the real McCarthy. The handle Comrade McCarthy, note as a missing A, Carthy में A missing है, is a parody. It's a fake account. It's a copy account. And his agent and publisher have both confirmed that the 88-year-old writer is definitely not on Twitter. And by the way, this is not the first time we've seen a prank like this. इसके पहले जैक डॉर्सी का भी एक अकाउंट बना था. जैक डॉर्सी ने एक पॉइंट आउट किया था मैककार्थी का एक और अकाउंट, यहाँ देखो डबल सी है, 1C की जगह डबल सी है ऑन ट्विटर, एज डिड मार्गरेट एटवुड. सो पहले भी एक अकाउंट बन चुका था, उसको हटाया, विच वाज सस्पेंडेड, फिर से एक अकाउंट बना, एंड ये प्रिटेंड किया गया कि बिल्कुल करेक्ट अकाउंट है, उसको वेरिफिकेशन बैज भी मिल गया, बट दैट वाज अ फेक अकाउंट. द न्यू एडिशन ऑफ द फिक्टिशियस मैककार्थी मतलब ये फेक मैककार्थी, इट्स नॉट रियल, एंड दिस इज द न्यू एडिशन, क्योंकि पुराना एडिशन ये वाला है. So the new edition of the fictitious McCarthy has been around since 2018. 2018 से चलते आ रहे fictitious accounts उनके, with a commitment to the creative matched perhaps only by the real McCarthy, has been dedicatedly sending out grumpy tweets. लगातार उनके ट्वीट्स आ रहे थे grumpy. Grumpy is very irritated. Tweets about pillow infomercials and frozen dinners. Frozen dinners के बारे में वो बोल रहे हैं, pillow commercials के बारे में वो बोल रहे हैं, often retelling conversation with his daughter and granddaughter कि मेरी क्या बात होती है मेरे बच्चों के साथ में. All of this had gone largely unnoticed. Everyone thought it's the real account. No one noticed it and unremarked upon till the publicist Terry tweet went viral. वो tweet जो मैंने आपको बताया था, that Terry, are you happy? So that went viral और उसके बाद लोगों ने notice किया. Presumably, this is when Twitter decided to suspend the identification rules that it follows in the case of lesser mortals, and without any application being made by the parody account, anointed it as the real thing. तो Twitter ने कहा कि अब हमको बहुत careful रहना जरूरी है, because we have made a lot of mess. We have verified accounts that were not verified, which only goes to show that when it comes to social media, no one, including those handing out the verified badges, can tell real from fake. कोई भी नहीं बता सकता कि रियल क्या है, फेक क्या है. Even the owners of Twitter who give the verified badge, even they can't. So you better be careful. All right. So what do you think the article is? Who is Stephen King? Acha. You hate Shreya? Who hates Shreya? Why do you hate Shreya? Because she knows a lot. Maybe that's why. It's good. When you grow up, the haters increase. He is the king. Yes. So what is the tone here? What do you think is the tone? It is analytical. Okay. It is sarcastic. Yes. It is satire नहीं, sarcastic है. Concerning भी है. Yes, it is concerning also. Yes, correct. Absolutely. Okay. So I hope you get the tone here. Now let's quickly move on to our caricature of the day. It's a brilliant caricature. Let's see how many of you get this actually. It is interesting also, correct? So here you go. Let's see how many of you understand the caricature. Here you go. What is it? Multiple चीजें discussed है यहाँ. By the time people tell me the meaning of the caricature, why don't you like my session? If you like it, share it with your friends. Do me some favor. Spread some love. देखो यहाँ three news यहाँ hidden है. Three, at least two. Yes. बेटा हेमंत यहाँ ना वो जब ट्वीट करते थे मैककार्थी, तो वो पिलो कमर्शियल्स के बारे में, कि पिलोस के बारे में जो एड्स आ रहे हैं उनके बारे में ट्वीट करते थे, और जो डिनर फ्रोजन आता है, जैसे मैकेन के प्रोडक्ट्स आते हैं जो फ्रोजन आते हैं, वो उनके बारे में बहुत ग्रम्पी मूड में ट्वीट करते थे कि ये क्या बेकार चीजें हैं, ऐसे ट्वीट्स आते थे उनके. आई होप यू गेट इट हेमंत. यस, 7 मेडल्स इन ओलंपिक. करेक्ट आराध्या. एक आपने हिंट समझ लिया. दूसरा क्या है? लोक कल्याण मार्ग, रेस कोर्स रोड. What is this? Olympic medals तो 7 है, ठीक है. Thank you, Swakshik. Olympic medals हो गया, but what is the other hidden thing? What is this Lok Kalyan Marg and no, not Vista. No, good guess, but no, not Central Vista. It is Twinkle. It is concerning because it's a hidden warning that the author gives that no one can verify if the account is if something is real, if you are who you are or not. So it's a matter of concern as well. नहीं, किसी को नहीं आया समझ में? नो प्रोटेस्ट. नो प्रोटेस्ट. ओके. तो दिल्ली में एक बहुत बहुत पुरानी फेमस रोड है, रेस कोर्स रोड. दैट इज द रोड जहां हमारे पीएम का रेसिडेंस है. ओके. यस अभिनव. यस यस यस, यू गॉट दिस करेक्ट माय चाइल्ड. यू गॉट दिस. तो इस रोड का नेम जहां हमारे प्राइम मिनिस्टर का रेसिडेंस है, उस रेसिडेंस का एड्रेस है एग्जैक्टली ये एड्रेस 7 रेस कोर्स रोड। अब इसका नेम चेंज कर दिया दिल्ली गवर्नमेंट ने, और उसका नेम चेंज करके रख दिया 7 लोक कल्याण मार्ग। रोड का नेम कर दिया लोक कल्याण मार्ग। सो ऑब्वियसली जैसे हम बहुत सारे यूपी में प्लेसेस का नाम चेंज करके कुछ और नाम रख रहे हैं, वैसे ही यहाँ एक पॉलिटिकल एजेंडा था और नाम चेंज करके लोक कल्याण मार्ग रख दिया। तो ये जो कैरिकेचर बना हुआ है, जो बच्चा है, दिस मैन इज सेइंग दैट गुड दे एटलीस्ट रिटेन द नंबर। ये नंबर तो रखा, चलो अच्छा है, रेसिडेंस तो नहीं बदल दिया हमारे प्राइम मिनिस्टर का, तो नंबर रख दिया, नाम चेंज कर दिया, कोई बात नहीं, नंबर तो सेम रखा। और ये नंबर हमारे इक्वल टू द नंबर ऑफ medals we have won in the Olympics. So ये जो Tokyo 7 है, that is the number of medals we have won. So आया समझ में सबको? This is about the caricature. I love caricatures. कितना brilliantly देखो कितनी सारी चीजें covered up है इसके अंदर. Now this is it. So I'm going to wind up the class today, and tomorrow for everyone, our classes are going to be at 10 every single day. Timings wouldn't change. We tried doing multiple things, but nothing is working out better than the 10 a.m. thingy. So tomorrow onwards, every day at 10 a.m. I'll see you sharp at 10 on time. Till then, have a great day, everyone. Where do we find these caricatures? We find these caricatures. This is Indian Express's caricature. दोनों न्यूज़पेपर्स में आता है, हिंदू में भी आता है, इंडियन एक्सप्रेस में भी आता है। हिंदू फिर भी रोज नहीं देता, बट इंडियन एक्सप्रेस गिव्स यू अ कैरिकेचर एवरी डे। ऑलराइट, सो आई विल सी यू tomorrow then everyone. Bye, have a great day, God bless all of you.